Hello, and welcome. Today I'm going to talk to you about how I treated gastric ulcers and peptic ulcers. How I treated myself from gastric and peptic ulcers, which I had for over 4 years. Now, for those who are suffering from gastric and peptic ulcers, you know how annoying it is, the pain. I had a couple of episodes, like I went from losing weight and losing appetite anytime I want to eat, like more than 6 spoons of the food I'm eating, it may even be salads, I feel so full and so stuffed. And I'll have to come back after like 2 hours, after 3 hours to continue eating and do the same. My stool was not really good. My health was not good. I felt constantly tired. And I went for another episode when I gained so much weight. My stomach was constantly bloated. So when I was back in the UK, I was doing a lot of exercises. I didn't know it was gastric or peptic ulcers by then. So anytime I want to do abs, I'll notice that I'll feel a lot of pain on my abdomen. So I kept taking a lot of salad. I was eating a lot of salads and with salad cream. And my salad cream was made out of apple cider vinegar, onions, and a little bit of mayonnaise. Since I was trying to lose weight, I was avoiding mayonnaise. I'll use Caesar cream. I'll drop a little bit of Caesar salad cream into it, and I'll put a bit of sugar and a bit of Maggi cube. So I wanted it more natural with onions. And I put it in. That's what I had for my salads, and I ate that more. Because when I went to uni, I'll take it with me. Now I also cooked salads. I had broccoli, cauliflower, green peppers, which I did. I stir fried them with black peppers, and I actually I was eating it with salmon or some roasted fish or some grilled fish or grilled chicken or whatever I wanted to eat it with. I also ate okra, and I ate it with some meat gizzards. So I really ate healthy, but I didn't know then that it was gastric or peptic ulcer. So I continued taking my salads, my cold salad. I did coleslaw, I did salad niçoise, and all of this needed use vinegar. I used in my salad niçoise, I was using black olives. I used to take a lot of olives. So it got worse because I wasn't aware of it. So when I returned back home, I still continued with it. And when I got back home, I noticed I was putting on more weight than normal. So I actually started taking a lot of lemon every morning. It became worse. As time grew on, I noticed I gained so much weight. My stomach was constantly bloated. But when it reached the peak of it, was when I had an episode when I became extremely pale. I was not very pale, but I was looking very lean. I'd lost a lot of appetite. And if I would take like 7 spoons or whatever I'm eating, and I'll be so full, I was losing weight, but I was feeling so tired. I was so tired, and my brain couldn't work the way it used to work. So then I noticed that the other episode I had is that I was gaining a lot of weight, eating a lot, had a bloated stomach, but had chronic stomach pain and upset. So with this now, I went to the hospital at that time, and the doctor told me that I just had indigestive problems and all that. And I took a lot of laxatives. I took a lot of, I think he gave me some capsules, which was supposed to aid with me for digestion, prescribed digestive tablets I took, which helped me to go to the toilet every morning. But on my own, after I'd finished that treatment, I took laxative. It didn't stop. It was later on when I consulted a doctor, and he told me that I should have gastric stomach ulcers or peptic ulcers. And we did a couple of tests, and he prescribed me some drugs. Now, I was taking amoxicillin. We all know, I think there are a lot of videos that are out there that are showing that you can get a stomach ulcers or peptic ulcers from the H. pylori bacteria, from anti-inflammatory drugs, ibuprofen, etc., which we should not take unsupervised or without being prescribed by a doctor, or we should take in a controlled manner. We should not overdose it. And I think what made it worse by then, while I was back in uni, I used to have chronic period pains. So then the doctor prescribed me some heavy painkillers because I didn't want to go on contraceptives. She wanted to put me on contraceptives, and I didn't want it because I was young and I didn't want to have have blood stains all the time. I didn't want to experience a lot of blood stains. I would just be normal. I wouldn't be able to dress. I would always have to wear panty liner. And I love to swim. I love to do a lot of exercises, so that will make me very uncomfortable having to wear panty liners or pads all the time. She'd also told me that I have irregular menstruation, and that is what I didn't want. So I just told her to give me painkillers. The painkillers were quite strong, and it worked actually for that time. And I thought that since I was using it every month, I think that is how I generated, or how I got to have the PEPTIC or the stomach ulcers. Now, then when I was, the doctor gave me, as I was saying, and a lot more, and also some foods, also fasting, the causes of stomach or peptic ulcers, H. pylori bacteria, anti-inflammatory drugs, and also some foods may cause it, and a lot more. But what the doctor prescribed for me did work. He gave me amoxicillin 500 milligrams, and Antacid, clarithromycin 500 milligrams, Omeprazole 20 milligrams, which I took for a period of 1 month, and in between 3 weeks and 1 month. And I actually felt the difference, but I still noticed that I was constantly bloated. I still noticed that it was reoccurring, and I didn't know how to go about it. And I stopped taking ibuprofen or anti-inflammatory. Actually, if I have a headache, I just prefer to drink a lot of water and see if I can take something natural to be able to make me feel better. But I've just run away from anti-inflammatory drugs. And so I am now my mom actually gave me some herbal ingredients just to take as tea, because my mom likes to take health stuff. She has a lot of health recipes which she does for us at home. So she did a couple of her, gave some to my brothers, gave some to me, and I was just taking it. But she didn't know that I had recurring episodes of stomach ulcers or peptic ulcers. So when I started taking it, I noticed a change, and there was a mixture of turmeric, ginger, cloves, black pepper, cardamom, cayenne pepper, star anise. And she did that. She grinded them, and then I started taking. Now I'll do it for you. I'll do a tea for you so you can see exactly how I used to mix them to drink, and it was very effective for me. Now you know that turmeric as an inflammatory, and you don't have to take a lot of turmeric. You take half a teaspoon, and it soothes the ulcers and stops pains. The ginger stops bloating and gastritis, constipation, and also prevents gastric ulcers. Cloves reduces stomach ulcers. Black pepper prevents the growth of H. pylori bacteria. Cardamom reduces the size of ulcers. Cayenne pepper promotes the secretion of mucus and gastric mucosa, and actually prevents and heals ulcers. And star anise decreases the production of stomach acid and reduces the symptoms. Now, you can go on the internet or go on and Google to see all the benefits of these ingredients, which I have named to you, and how we can help you to actually treat, cure peptic or stomach ulcers permanently. For those who knew me, I had gained so much weight, and I've lost a lot of weight. My stomach used to be so bloated. I could never wear a bodycon dress because my body shape was so not attractive at that time. So just watch and see how I make my tea to drink. So these are what you need actually to be able to make your tea, your herbal tea to treat peptic and stomach ulcers. This is the cup I normally use in the office. So I just have it here, and even at home it keeps tea for longer, hot for longer. Now, this is the turmeric powder. It's just regular turmeric powder. And you need to be careful how much of turmeric you take, because a lot of turmeric is not really good. So you can buy these from any grocery store. Don't mind, I just use the container. It's not mutad. It's just focus on what is in there. And here I have mixture of ginger, cloves, black pepper, cardamom, cayenne pepper, and star anise. So this is exactly how it should look like. So you have to grind it and let it be dry, and you keep it in an airtight container. So that's going to help a lot. So I can use this for longer because it's well dried and stored in a dry container. So what I do is I take a tablespoon or a teaspoon of this and I drop it in my cup. So that is it in there. Now I take half a tablespoon of turmeric. There you go. And then I pour in my hot water. I use very hot water, I think. And then I drop in my sugars. You could use honey, but this is brown sugar. So you drop in your brown sugar in. You could use honey in any sweetener you wish to have, but this is, and then I stir. Because this is deep, I'm using a tablespoon and I stir. Now, I don't drain it, I just leave it in and drink this because it's still, I really want to get all the juice out of it. So that's why I leave it in and just drink it. Now, I have my liquid milk, which I use. You can use any brand, but I just love this brand. And I just drop into, make it a little bit. Just make sure that the water is extremely hot before you drink so that it can infuse really well. And it's a little bit peppery. It is good for you. Make sure you take your last cup before 4 p.m. so that you can sleep properly. Because I noticed that it didn't permit me to sleep well when I took it after 6 p.m. or before bed. So take it before 4, 5 p.m. You should have taken your last cup. And I take this 5 days a week. I was taking it 5 days a week, and I still take it, although I don't have gastric or peptic ulcers anymore. But just because I fast a lot, and I do a lot of fasting for my spiritual growth, so I have to take this every now and then so that it doesn't reoccur. And it will take care of ulcers, stomach or peptic ulcers caused by H. pylori bacteria or inflammatory drugs or a lot more, because I'm telling you, I feel so good, and it makes your thinking real sharp. It gives you real good skin. It has other benefits to the skin, which I suggest that you try. Make sure you could try this. And if you just want to have more, even when you drunk all the hot water in this and you still want to really, really get the best out of it, just add more hot water and just keep drinking. And if you take this for 3 months, I'm telling you, you'll feel much better. The bloating will go down. It'll work a lot on your health. And take this 5 days. I take this 5 days in a week. I don't take this every day. I leave a day or two and I take it on Monday. So I make sure I take it mostly when I'm at work. And that's it. And I'm good. So if you have any questions, please pop it down below, because I am free from peptic and stomach ulcers. God bless you. Bye-bye.